Okay, so for our second problem, we are going to answer problem 7-39 of your book. Data Performance, a computer software consulting company, has three functional areas: computer programming, information systems consulting, and software training. Carol Bingham, a pricing analysis, has been asked to develop total cost for the functional areas. This cost will be used as a guide in pricing a new contract. In computing this cost, Carol is considering three different methods of the departmental allocation approach to allocate overhead costs: the direct method, the step method, and the reciprocal method. She assembled the following data from the two service departments: information systems and facilities. Okay? So we have the budgeted overhead and then the information systems as well. Information system, the number of computer hours, and then we have the facilities, the number of square feet occupied by each of the service department and the production department. So please refer to your book for the requirement. So using for number the first requirement, using computer usage time as the allocation base for the information systems department, and square feet of floor space as the application base. For the facilities department, apply overhead from the service departments to the production department using the direct method, step method, and then for the step method, um, both for the information department going first and for the facilities department going first, and then the reciprocal method as well. So just like the problem earlier, we have two service departments, but this time, instead of two production departments, we have three. Okay? And then, unlike the other problem earlier, we the percentages or the percentage of benefit derived by the service department and the production department from the other service department is not yet given in the problem. So it's up to us to compute. Okay? So that's the first thing we're going to do, no? So we are going to compute for the percentage of benefit provided by the information system to the facilities department and the production department. And same with the facilities, 'di ba? How many percent of the how many percentage or how many percent of the services, 'di ba, did the facilities department provide to the information system and the production department as well. So to do that, all we need to do is to divide the computer hours for the facilities department by the total computer hours spent during the period. So we have, sige, let's make this a percentage para mas madali. Okay? So we have 20%, diba? 20% for the facilities. And then we have 1,2 divided by 3,000. This is equal to 40%. 300 divided by 3,000. This is equal to 10%. And lastly, 900 divided by 3,000. This is equal to 30%. Now, same procedure, no, for the facilities. So in order to compute for the percentage of benefit provided, 240 divided by 2,400, we have, so percentage din natin to, 10%. And then we have 960 divided by 24. This is equal to 40%. 600 divided by 24, 25%. And of course, since pareho silang 600, diba, we'll also get 25%. So, notice na when you add, diba, if you add everything, syempre, dapat it must be equal to 100% as well, diba? Kasi dun naman siya, yun yung naging basis niya. So, dapat 100% yan. And then, same with this one, no? 100% din siya. Another thing that you should observe is that yung information system, syempre, of course, may computer hours din naman siyang ginagamit. Pero we do not assign, kumbaga, we disregard, diba, the benefit that the service department provide to itself. So, hindi na natin siya kino-consider. Kaya nga yung facilities, syempre, they also occupy space, diba? Pero wala ka na tayong ina-allocate sa kanya. Syempre, magulo na yon kung pati sa sarili mo mag-allocate ka. Okay? So, we go to the direct method first, no? So, under the direct method, again, we allocate the service department cost to the production department directly. Okay? So, we are going to allocate the information systems cost, diba, to the three departments, no? So, ang gagawin natin dito, syempre, we have the facility, computer programming, okay? Info systems consulting, and software training. Software training. So, this time, diba, we cannot use the percentage because we will not allocate anything to the facilities department yet. Diba? Kasi direct method tayo. So, if that is the case, we have 40, 10, and 30. So, the denominator that we're going to use in order to allocate the cost will be 80. Okay? So, the allocated cost is computed as follows. So, just like what we did earlier, well, we have the direct cost of the information systems department, which is 80,000, multiplied by 40 over our denominator, which is 80. Diba? So, we'll get 40,000. So, same with information systems consulting. No? So, we have direct cost of 80,000 multiplied by 10 over 80, and we'll get 10,000. And then, of course, last but not the least, we have software training department. We have direct cost of 80,000 multiplied by 30 over 80, and we'll get 30,000 pesos. So, that is the allocated cost of the information systems department to the other service department, to the production department. Okay? So, now we move on to the facilities, diba? Facilities department. We will allocate the cost of the facilities department. So, again, do not use the percentages because may kulang. If you use the percentages, hindi siya buo. Diba? Kasi nga, hindi ka mag-allocate kay information systems. So, we have 40, 25, and 25. For a total of, our denominator this time will be 90. So, the allocated cost for the facility, for the production department, diba? We have direct cost of 40,000 multiplied by 40 over 90, and we'll get, medyo butal, 17,777.78. It was mentioned in the book that you should use 4 decimal places in your calculations. However, it will be easier and faster, syempre dito rin sa Excel, ganun din yung nangyayari, if you will just compute for the percentages directly using your calculator and then multiply it by the service department cost na. Diretso na tayo sa calcu, okay? No need to use 4 decimal places this time. Okay? Tsaka na tayo babalik dun sa 4 decimal places. And then, for the info systems consulting rather, we have 40,000 multiplied by 25 over 90, and we'll get 11,111.11. Okay, so maybe later na lang, i-round off na lang natin to the nearest peso. And then, of course, for the software training, we'll get the same amount again. Kasi nga, same lang naman siya, di ba? Ano pa rin, 25 over 90 pa rin yung gagamitin nating allocation base. So, 11,111 pesos. Di ba? So, that is the allocated facilities cost to our production department. Okay? So, let us compute, no? So, para kompleto tayo, let us compute for the cost of the, let us compute for the total cost of the, for the total cost of each production department, diba? So, syempre, we have the direct cost of the department, and then yung allocated cost natin. So, we have information systems, and facilities. Okay? So, yung direct cost natin, syempre we have 3, diba? Tatlo yan. So, let's just copy this one. Okay. So, for the direct cost, we have 160,000 for computer programming, 190 for information systems consulting, and 125,000 for software training. For the allocated cost, syempre, for the information systems, we have 40,000. This one is 10,000. And then for the software training, we have 30,000. And the cost of the facilities department was allocated as follows. So 17,778 and 11,111 for both the information systems consulting and software training respectively. So after this, the total cost of each department is equal to 217,778 for computer programming, 211,111 for information systems consulting, and 166,111 for the software training. Okay? So let me read the requirement again para malinaw. So using computer usage time as the allocation base for information systems department and square feet of floor space as the application base for the facilities department. Apply overhead from this service department to the production department using these 3 methods. So, hindi naman pala niya pinapa-compute, no, yung total cost. So, our answer for requirement number 1 will be this, yung mga allocated cost na. Okay, hindi po yung total. Okay? But just the same, we have computed for the total cost of each production department para meron na kayong para alam niyo kung paano siya kino-compute. Okay? But the answer is 40,000, 10,000, 30,000, 17,778 and 11,111. Okay? So that's it for the direct method. Okay? Now, we move on to the step method. So, for the step method kasi, we are asked to do 2, diba? 2. First assumption is that the information system department will provides the most benefit, provides more benefit than the facilities department, diba? So, siya yung first in ranking, kumbaga. Information system. Oh, sorry. Okay? Systems, yeah. Okay? Now, what are we going to do? Diba? So, if we are going to allocate the information systems cost first, information system muna yung i-allocate natin. Diba? So, since since step method na nga to, medyo we partially recognize the reciprocity among the service departments, and therefore ang mangyayari dito, we will allocate the cost of the information systems department to facilities, computer programming, information consulting, and software training. So yung facilities natin as well as the production department will be shouldering the cost of the information systems. And because of that, diba, since kompleto we can already use the percentage, diba? No need to compute for the pay special, values, and then transpose. Yan. So, no need to compute for an allocation base anymore kasi nga lahat naman mag-allocate. And lahat ng department a-allocatean natin. Lahat ng department na gumamit, a-allocatean natin ng cost. And therefore, to compute for the cost of the facilities, to compute for the cost that the facilities department will shoulder from the information systems department, we have 80,000 times 20%. So we'll get 16,000. So for computer programming, we have 80,000 times 40%, that is equal to 32,000. So information systems consulting, we have 80,000 multiplied by 10%, we have 8,000. And for software training, we have 80,000 multiplied by 30% and we'll get 24,000. So this is our allocated cost. This is the first step. Okay? Now, after we have allocated the cost of the information systems department, the next thing we're going to do is to allocate the cost to, to allocate the cost of the facilities department to the service departments, diba? To the production department rather. Okay, sorry na. Medyo magulo na. Ulit. The next step is to allocate the cost of the facilities department to the production department, to the 3 production department. So, sige. So facilities natin, diba? Kung kanina, the cost is only, syempre earlier we just allocated the direct cost of the facilities department. This time, 40,000 will increase, di ba? Will increase kasi meron na siyang nasalo na cost from the information systems department. So, yung total cost that we'll allocate this time, we have 40,000 direct cost of the facilities department plus the allocated cost from the information systems department, which is equal to 16,000. So the total cost that we'll allocate now is equal to 56,000. Again, diba, this is a rule in the step method that once you have already allocated the cost of a certain department, we are not allowed to allocate cost to that department. So, kumbaga, walang balikan, diba? Since we have already closed, diba? Kumbaga, nasarado mo na eh. You have already allocated the cost of the information systems department. Hindi na pwedeng mag-allocate sa kanya si facilities. Diba? So, yung tatlong units na lang, yung tatlong production department na lang, yung a-allocate natin. And because of that, diba? Pag binalikan natin kasi yung percentages natin earlier, since mawawala na naman to sa facilities, hindi na naman siya makakatanggap, diba? We all have 40, 25, and 25. So, we can just copy this one, diba? So, yun na gagamitin natin allocation. Okay? So, to compute for the allocated cost, okay? So, we have 56,000 new total cost of the facilities department multiplied by 40 over 90. Medyo butal din to, I think. So, we have 24,888. And then, for the information systems consulting, we have 56,000 multiplied by 25 over 90. And we'll get 15,555.56. Siyempre, same lang din naman for the software training. Ano? So, we have over 90, and we'll get 15,555.56. Right? So, there. Now, since allocated cost lang naman yung tinatanong, diba, ito po yung mga sagot natin. So, we have 32,000, 8,000, and 24,000 from information systems to the production department. And then, for the facilities naman, we have 24,889. Diba? So, ano na lang natin to? Round off. Let us round this off to the nearest peso. 24,889 and 15,556 respectively for the production department from the facilities department. Okay? So, if you want to compute for the total cost, we may do so. Pwede rin naman, di ba? So, let us copy this one. Pwede na yan para kumpletuhin natin yung computation natin. Okay? So, we have, okay, And then, copy this again. Values and sorry, yun. Okay. So, for our direct cost, ayun, nawala. Wait. So, syempre, we'll have the same direct cost for the production department. Diba? So, same lang siya. We have 160, 190, and 125 respectively. But for the allocated cost, syempre, mag-iiba na yan. We have 32,000, 8,000, and 24,000 respectively. And then for the facilities, it's a bit higher, diba? 24,889 for computer programming, 15,556 for information systems consulting, and for software training, we have 15,556. So, yung total cost natin, so let's just copy this para mas madali. Oops. Sorry. So, the total cost of each production department after the allocation of the service department cost, we have 216,889, 213,556, and 164,556 respectively. So, there. Okay? Now, will the cost allocation change if we allocate the cost of the facilities department first, diba? Rather than the information system? Of course, it will change, no? So, requirement din yun sa problem. So, we are going to do it as well, diba? So, for the step method, sorry. Facilities muna. Facilities yung unahin natin. We will prioritize the facilities department. Okay? So, if that is the case, of course, we will allocate the facilities, the cost of the facilities department first, diba? So, the cost of the facilities department will be allocated to the following departments: information systems, computer programming, info systems consulting, and software training. Okay? So, again, anong mangyayari dyan? Since pareho naman din, hindi pala natin pwedeng gawin yan. Pero kasi, since all the departments, diba, the cost of the facilities department will be allocated to all departments. We can use the percentages, diba? Mas madali na yon. So, we have 10%. Tapos, for programming, we have 40%. Information systems consulting, this is equal to 25%. And then, for software training, we have 25% as well. Diba? So, ngayon, our allocated cost will be computed as follows. Diba? So, sige, para mas madali, kunin na natin yung cost ng facilities department dito para hindi na tayo babalik sa taas. So, the direct cost of the facilities department is at 40,000. So, the allocated cost is computed as 10% of 40,000, 4,000 for the information systems, and then we have 16,000 for the computer programming, and then 10,000 respectively for info systems consulting and software training. Okay? So, ayan. This is our answer. Kasi magkano daw yung allocated overhead, diba? So, yan po yun. Okay? And the next step, of course, syempre, we have to compute for the new total cost of the information systems department. Diba? So, just like what we did earlier, kasi after the allocation of the cost of the facilities department, si information system received 4,000 additional cost, diba, from the facilities department. So, therefore, yung direct cost niya na 80,000 plus the allocated cost of 4,000. The total cost of the Information Systems Department right now is equal to 84,000. Okay? So, this time, we copy this kasi sa mga production department na lang natin siya pwedeng i-allocate. Hindi na pwede ibalik kay facilities yan. So, right now, punta tayo dito, balikan natin tong table natin na ginagamit earlier. So, we have 40, 10, and 30. Okay? So, for computer programming, 40, this is 10, and this is 30. Okay? Actually, andito rin naman pala siya, no? 40, 10, and 30. So, notice that we did not use the percentage, diba? Kasi nga, kulang. Wala tayong inallocate ngayon sa facilities diba? The information system will directly allocate its cost to the production department na. So, we'll use, I think this is 80 as our denominator. So, for the computing department, diba, we have total direct cost multiplied by 40, 40 over 80, and we'll get 42,000. And then, syempre, 8-4 yan, no? 8-4 for the Information Systems Consulting. Okay. And then, for the software training, we have 84,000 times 30 over 80, and we'll get 31,500. So, ito po yung sagot natin. These are our answers. Okay? So, yan. So, syempre, para kompleto yung computation natin, we will compute for the total cost of the production department. Diba? Para masaya. So, the total cost of the service department, total cost of the, production department, diba? Pay special values. Okay? Pay special ulit tayo. Oops. Saan ba? Pay special formats. Okay. Yan. Yan. And then, the allocated cost, we have 16,000, for facilities, syempre, from the facilities department, we have 16,000, 10,000, and 10,000 respectively. And then from the Information Systems Department, we have 42,000, 10,500, and 31,500 respectively. Okay? So the total cost of each production department after the service department cost allocation is as follows. So we have 58,000. Okay, there is something wrong with this formula. Sorry, wait. Okay. Sige, for a while. So we have 218,000 for computer programming, 210,500 for information systems consulting, and 166,500 for the software training. Okay? So that's it. Just like what I did in the earlier problem, diba? I will upload another video illustrating how to answer this problem using the reciprocal or the algebraic method.